Back to a News 5 special report. 1 in 4 girls and 1 in 6 boys will somehow be victimized during their youth. Those statistics provided to us by Klass Kids founder Mark Klass are the motivation for their countless hours and dollars poured into finding and recovering missing children. As technology has advanced and developers, traffickers have done the same, using new methods to victimize our children. News 5's Haley Minogue joins us now to tell us how volunteers at Klass Kids are busting these criminals one click at a time. Haley?
Roseanne, the organization focuses on missing, exploited, and runaway children, but those that have gotten wrapped up in human trafficking have taken the forefront of their efforts recently. Now, a new program at Klass Kids is allowing volunteers to not only work locally, but work across the United States to help get these children out of sex work, and they don't even have to leave the office to do it.
In the town of Petaluma, California, where for 2 months residents pulled together in the search for 12-year-old Polly Klass, they're now coping with the discovery of her body over the weekend.
My daughter Polly was kidnapped at knife point out of her own bedroom where she was hosting a slumber party on October 1st in 1993. We searched desperately for Polly for 65 days only to find that this recidivist violent offender had kidnapped, raped, and murdered her within a 2-hour period. When Polly was kidnapped, the default answer to parents was, oh, she probably just ran away. But what we've learned in the interim is that the vast majority, I think, of young girls and boys that find themselves being victimized in human trafficking are kids that have run away. The only way things would change is if people were aware of the issues, if people were outraged by the issues, if people became concerned about the safety of their own kids, and then helped us as we moved along trying to change the status quo.
Changes visible here at the Klass Kids offices in Pensacola. Technology has changed the ways children can be victimized. Brad Dennis and his team of volunteers added new ways they search and recover.
We'll do the monitoring of the variety of websites that traffickers will use to exploit their children.
In the 2.5 years they've tracked victims online, they've recovered more than 80 children. Dennis says many children started as runaways, but on the streets and alone, adults will force them into prostitution. This is not just a big city problem. It's happening right here in our community.
We are the buckle of the Bible Belt. These are the things that shouldn't happen here. We are the home of the Blue Angels and the beautiful white sandy beaches, but sexual exploitation still happens here.
Dennis says the Florida Panhandle and the Port Cities interstates bring traffickers through our communities on their ways to bigger cities. They'll stop here for a weekend, pimp out the victims, then move along.
They stop here, they're advertising on these websites, they're pushing out all of these ads for a weekend, and then they're back on the road again, and off they go to their next destination.
Dennis believes keeping children safe from trafficking begins at home.
Anyone that is growing up in an environment that makes them more at risk, broken homes, physical abuse in the homes, sexual abuse in the homes, drug abuse in the homes, all creates a form of that vulnerability. And predators are very good at spotting the vulnerable, and they will exploit anyone if they think they can make $1 off of it.
He shared this message at the end of our interview.
Until we as a society realize that men are the reason that this thing exists, that we are the cause of prostitution, we are the cause of pornography, we are what drives the constant demand, and until we as men decide to hold one another accountable for this, we're never going to be able to stop this.
If you suspect a child is being trafficked or exploited, you can call the National Child Abuse Hotline at 1-800-4A-CHILD. You can also report it to the National Human Trafficking Hotline at 1-888-373-7888. We've provided even more resources for you on our website where you can learn more about the different kinds of human trafficking and how you can make a plan with your family to avoid predators. Reporting live in Pensacola, I'm Haley Minogue, News 5.